the vision of Wisdom House is huge. The plans are more practical. So the vision is to create a place where three things happen. One, individuals can come in and sit, study on their own, meditate here. We've got a quiet meditation room, a reading room where you can come and explore the sacred texts from different traditions. Just a personal exploration. I mean, that's one part of what we do. Second thing that we do is we hold classes, lunchtime classes, evening classes, major weekend workshops, where people can come in community and explore the spiritual teachings and tools of the world's religions. And the third thing that we do is try to model a different understanding of interfaith. And that's where the vision comes in. The vision is to really articulate, and not simply in words, but actually in practice, to model a different way of thinking about interfaith and of living in an interfaith environment. So we talk about interreligious. So interreligious is when representatives from the world's religions come together, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Buddhist, Baha'i, Taoist, whatever we have, Native American traditions. And each person who comes represents his or her own tradition, and they basically say, as a Jew, we believe blah, 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 and as a Christian, we believe blah, blah, blah. And everybody simply nods, isn't that interesting? So it's serial monologue. There's no real dialogue going on. Then there's what we call interfaith. And interfaith is when people from different traditions, or none for that matter, this isn't restricted to someone who belongs to a religious tradition, but in an interfaith setting, we want to be able to have conversations that are deep enough that the participants might be changed. In an interreligious setting, the Jewish person walks away as a Jewish person, and the Christian walks away as a Christian person, and nothing's changed other than you've added to your bag of intellectual knowledge. But the way we understand interfaith is by hearing the deep experiences, spiritual experiences of someone else from another tradition. You might resonate with that in such a way that it says to you, well, wait a minute, there's something in your tradition that's either mine doesn't have, or that's articulated more strongly in yours than it is in mine. And I want to learn more about that, so let me become more involved in what you're doing and maybe even take on a practice, or I'm not saying convert, that's not the issue here, but to broaden yourself, to really hyphenate and say, okay, I'm X, but I'm going to participate in this other thing in order to deepen my spiritual, to become more spiritually mature and aware and awake, even though what I'm practicing is not part of my root tradition. That's what I'm really hoping for, is that in the conversations between people of faith, whether it's an official faith or whatever, just people on a spiritual quest, in those conversations, real change can happen. And I think that Scarritt-Bennett, which is where Wisdom House is located, has already got decades of credentials in that regard, where people feel safe here. There's no ideology pushed here. This is a safe, welcoming environment, both the larger Scarritt-Bennett Campus and Wisdom House itself, a safe, welcoming environment where people can experiment spiritually and take a risk spiritually to grow in awareness rather than having to defend their own, the box they came in.